It's going to be a great show. Let's give a warm welcome to the Does anybody not have a seat? Let's give a warm welcome to the Friends of Fiddler's Green.
Hello. This microphone's not on, is it?
Hello.
Those of you who came for Bob Dylan.
Sorry.
Come gather around, people,
Wherever you roam.
Those of you who are stupid enough to listen to that radio program today and came along because you thought it might be fun, forget it.
I want to know what he means by he was surprised that it sold out.
I think I know what he means.
See, great being a nice Jewish boy from Toronto has lots of Jewish relatives in Detroit and Ann Arbor, and they're all here tonight. So. It wasn't easy.
Okay.
Well, what do you think's going to happen?
Be funny, Tam.
Give us a break. We just got up here. What are we going to do again?
Right, there we go.
tune was written by Ian Robb.
Oh, what a boy. His fault.
Yes.
First one was called
Calliope House. They're all written by Englishmen, those tunes. Isn't that great?
I know. Don't applaud.
Piece of Shit.
The first one was Calliope House, written by Dave Richardson of the Boys of the Loch. And the second one was a weird and wonderful tune called Jump at the Sun, which is a product of John Kirkpatrick's Weird and Wonderful Brain. And the third one I wrote after they won the World Series. Called
He hasn't written another one since.
That's right.
Yeah.
Probably never
Doesn't
will.
look like he's likely to write one lately, I'll tell you. Somebody asked me to tell you a joke that I told last night, and they missed the punchline. I'm going to tell you again and see if you get it, okay? It's a real good anti-American joke.
They left. Hey,
kind
Tam.
that we really
They
like.
left before the punchline.
But there was an American battleship out in the ocean, and it saw another ship on its radar. So it says, "We are a USS battleship. We have the right of way." And a voice comes back and says, "No, you don't." He says, "We are a US battleship. We have 25-inch guns and 25-foot-long torpedoes. We have right of way." And a voice comes back and says, "No, you don't." He says, "We are the USS battleship Missouri." He says, "We have 25-inch guns, 20-feet-long torpedoes, and cruise missiles." He says, "We have right of way." And a voice comes back and says, "This is a lighthouse. It's your call." So here's a funny wee song from the northeast of England called Cushy Butterfield. And it's all about a guy who's in love with a lady who's quite plump, wears a housecoat all the time and pink shoes, and ties herself round with a piece of string because that's how she dresses. But he loves her anyway. I was married to a person like that for a long time.
The string broke in Tam.
And if she ever comes down here, she'll kill me if she hears I said that. Just joking, just
You ought
joking.
to hear what
It
she
was
says
actually her
about
mother.
him.
Eh? This is called Cushy Butterfield. And the chorus goes like this. She's a big lass, she's a bonny lass, and she likes her beer. But we call her Cushy Butterfield, and we wish she was here.
Taking up a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking up a seat. Okay, boys. Oh, just a minute. We've trained the bugger all day for this, right? And he blows it. Could you do it again? It's a little Bulgarian song that we've been practicing.
Obviously, this song wasn't written by an Englishman.
Because this song has talent. I'm a broken-hearted young pit lad, and I'm o'erheads in love with the fat wench from Gateshead, and I calls her me dove. Her name's Cushy Butterfield, and she sells yellow clay. And the cousin is a dustman, and they call him Fred Gray. She's a big lass and a bonny lass, and she likes her beer. And they call her Cushy Butterfield, and I wish she was here. Let's try that again, okay? Yeah. This is my bit. She's a big lass and a bonny lass, and she likes her beer. And they call her Cushy Butterfield, and I wish she was here. Okay, you can do it now. You'll oft see her down at Sandgate when the herring boat comes in. She's like a big bag of sawdust tied round with a bit string. And she wears big galoshes and her socks was once white. In a bedcoat of lilac and her hat's never straight. She's a big lass and a bonny lass, and she likes her beer. And they call her Cushy Butterfield, and I wish she was here. eyes are like two blood. Eyes are like two holes in a blanket burned through, and her bows in the morning would start a young coo. As she's walking through Sandgate and she shouts yellow clay, like a candy man's trumpet she steals me young heart away. She's a big lass and a bonny lass, and she likes her beer, and they call her Susie Butterfield, and I wish she was here. Now I asked her to marry me, she started to laugh. She says, none of your monkey tricks, for I like nae such chaff. And she started a bubbling and she bellowed like a bull, till the lads at the pit says I'm nowt but a fool. She's a big lass and a bonny lass, and she likes her beer, and they call her Cushy Butterfield, and I wish. Do you want to hear them play it?
They don't have a choice.
Now she says that if I marry her I'll have to work every day, and go home in the evening and go and dig clay. And when I'm away digging it, she'll drink beer and sing, oh, we'll make the trade union, that's my laddie's in. Last time. She's a big lass and a bonny lass, and she likes her beer, and I call her Cushy Butterfield, and I wish she was here. Thank you.
You did it.
Oh, the year was 1978.
How I wish I'd never tried it now.
When a score of men was turned quite green by the scummiest ale you've ever seen.
God damn them all. I was told this beer was worth its weight in gold. We'd feel no pain, shed no tears, but it's a foolish man who shows no fear at a glass of Garnet's homemade beer.
Now Garnet Rogers cried the town.
How I wish I'd never tried it now.
For 20 brave men, all masochists, who would taste for him his homemade brew.
God damn them all. I was told this beer was worth its weight in gold. We'd feel no pain, shed no tears, but it's a foolish man who shows no fear at a glass of Garnet's homemade beer.
This motley crew was a sickening sight.
How I wish I'd never tried it now.
There was Caveman Dave with his eyes in bags. He'd a hard-boiled liver in the staggers and jags.
God damn them all. I was told this beer was worth its weight in gold. We'd feel no pain, shed no tears, but it's a foolish man who shows no fear at a glass of Garnet's homemade beer.
Well, we hadn't been there but an hour or two.
How I wish I'd never tried it now.
When a voice said, "Gimme some homemade brew," and Steel Eye Stan hove into view.
God damn them all. I was told this beer was worth its weight in gold. We'd feel no pain, shed no tears, but it's a foolish man who shows no fear at a glass of Garnet's homemade beer.
Now Steel Eye Stan was a frightening man.
How I wish I'd never tried it now.
He was 8 foot tall and 4 foot wide. Said, "Pass that jugger, I'll tan your hide."
God damn them all. I was told this beer was worth its weight in gold. We'd feel no pain, shed no tears, but it's a foolish man who shows no fear at a glass of Garnet's homemade beer.
Stan took one sip and pitched on his side.
How I wish I'd never tried it now.
Old Garnet was smashed with a gut full of dregs, and his breath set fire to both me legs.
God damn them all. I was told this beer was worth its weight in gold. We'd feel no pain, shed no tears, but it's a foolish man who shows no fear at a glass of Garnet's homemade beer.
So here I lie with me 23rd beer.
How I wish I'd never tried it now.
It's been 10 years since I felt this way, on the night before me wedding day.
God damn them all. I was told this beer was worth its weight in gold. We'd feel no pain, shed no tears, but it's a foolish man who shows no fear at a glass of Garnet's homemade beer.
A little boy gets up in the middle of the night. He decides he has to go and have a pee, so he's walking down the hallway from his bedroom, and he passes his big sister Aggie's bedroom, and he has a wee look in. My God, she's standing there with no clothes on, stark naked in front of the mirror, and she's going, I want a man. Oh, I need a man. He thinks, my God, is that Aggie? He dashes back into his room, gets into bed, puts the covers up, and thinks, no, she wouldn't do a thing like that. I'd better check again. So, sure enough, she's still there, stark naked in front of the mirror. She's going, oh, I need a man. Oh, I want a man. Back into bed again, covers up to here. Meanwhile, her boyfriend arrives and he knocks on the window. Hey, Aggie, let me in. Okay. Sorry. And the two of them climb into bed. Meanwhile, this wee boy's saying, nah, Aggie, no, she would. I better check again. So he goes back and he looks, and sure enough, there's two of them in bed. He goes, oh, goes back into bed. And he goes back to his bedroom, takes all his clothes off, and he stands in front of the mirror and he goes, I want a bike.
Well, I hear a funny sound.
The Concertina is showing its appreciation there.
Down among the jungle, you can hear them say.
Bum, bubbity, bum, bum. Well, there have been many fashions in folk music, one being plugging in concertinas. No, I think it's a fad, old fad. But, every so often they discover new bearers of the tradition. They haven't discovered us yet, unfortunately. But, like in the 50s, the Copper family were a family whose singing tradition had been carried on unbroken for generations, and the BBC discovered them. They became very famous and influential. And then in the 1980s, another family whose tradition had been undiscovered for years came to light. This was the Kipper family of Trunch in Norfolk. And I see one or two of them are here, in fact. And the Kipper family had a long tradition of ancient British ditties, many of which were obviously versions of some of the ones we already knew because they were very, very similar. And here's one that's obviously a version of the Copper family song, Dido Bendigo, the doggy hunting song. This is called Dido Fido. And it has a chorus which will become painfully obvious to you about the 33rd verse. One morning last autumn I was walking my dog when the Duke of Wellington I did meet. Well, Fido and Rover, they slobbered him all over, while Dido nearly knocked him off his feet. And there was Dido, Fido, Bonzo and Rex, and Rover and Lassie and Spot. And there was Butcher, there was Sandy, there was Patch, and there was Sandy. These were the dogs what I had got. Oh, well, don't worry, sir, I said, he won't hurt you. That's just his way of showing he likes you a lot. But he took my little dog and he kicked him in the bog, saying that's my way of showing I do not. And there was Dido, Fido, Bonzo and Rex, and Rover and Lassie and Spot. And there was Butch and there was Candy, there was Patch and there was Sandy. These were the dogs what I had got. Oh, well, my first dog being old, he was a trifle deaf. He couldn't hear us, he couldn't smell us, he couldn't hear a single word I said. That's the one. So when I told, listen now, this is important. So when I told him sit, he made an awful mess. So I took me gun and shot the bugger dead. And there was Dido, Fido, Bonzo and Rex, and Rover and Lassie and Spot. And there was Butch and there was Candy, there was Patch and there was Sandy. These were the dogs what I had got. Well, my next dog being old, he was a trifle daft. Yumpa, yumpa, dumpa, dumpa, dum. Well, yumpa, yumpa, dum, da 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 da. Wait for it. Yumpa, da 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 da. And there was Dido, Fido, Bonzo and Rex, and Rover and Lassie and Spot. There was Butch, there was Candy, there was Patch and there was Sandy. These were the dogs what I had got. Well, my dogs were getting hungry, so they smelt for some rabbits, except for one who had no nose but smelt. And they chased them all like mad, which made me feel quite bad, but not as bad as what the rabbits felt. And there was Dido, Fido, Bonzo and Rex, and Rover and Lassie and Spot. There was Butch, there was Candy, there was Patch and there was Sandy. These were the dogs what I had got. Well, the rabbits turned again, and they chased them o'er the plain, which put my poor old dogs in quite a stew. It's been just 12 months today since I heard the squire say I would have them all put down if I was you. And there was Dido, Fido, Bonzo and Rex, and Rover and Lassie and Spot. And there was Butch and there was Candy, there was Patch and there was Sandy. These were the dogs what I had got. Oi.
Do not adjust your set.
God is with us. The concertina player's thing isn't working. It's not often God is on our side. Do you imagine it? Imagine the army when there's a young sentry on guard duty, and he's only young. He's only been in the army about a week, and the captain comes up to him and he says, "Private Tompkins?" He says, "Yes, sir." He says, do you know the meaning of sentry guard? He says, "No, sir." He says, "Well, you stand there, and if someone passes, you say friend or foe. If he says friend or foe, you shoot to kill. If he says friend, you allow him to pass. But take your time, it may be me."
Yeah. E equals MC2. Does that mean anything to anybody here? All the others can leave. Yes, right. Well, I'm a fan of Einstein, and I know there's at least one fan of Einstein's in the front row here. Maybe two.
Can I tell you just a quick story about Einstein? When I was reading Shelley Winter's autobiography, and she used to live with Marilyn Monroe as young girls together in show business, and they once sat around reminiscing about who they liked to sleep with. And Shelley Winter says Cary Grant and Clark Gable and all that, and Marilyn Monroe said, Albert Einstein. So they all just said, yeah. Years later, when Marilyn Monroe had died, and Shelley Winters was one of the people that went over to help take out all the effects out of the room and tidy up, there was a photograph of Albert Einstein on the piano that said, "From Albert and thanks." And she doesn't know to this day what it meant. That's true, absolutely true.
Something's funny on the tuning unit.
I can talk some more if you want.
That's what I'm afraid of. There is a refrain, but sing it anyway. What a funny name for something when you want people to join in. No, but not you yet. Right? Okay. Einstein was a genius, not like you and me. Wrote one equation every day. On Monday he wrote 3. On Monday he wrote 3. Albert, dance around. Albert, be profound. Albert, let your hair stick out, your socks hang down. Now that's the refrain, all right? You take the last line, Albert, that I sing, and then you sing those other words I just sang there. Are we sorting out the electronics here? All right. Yeah, where is Einstein when you need him, right? Ian's pulling out his hair right now. So just do that verse again and join in when you hear that bit. Einstein was a genius, not like you and me. Wrote one equation every day. On Monday he wrote 3. On Monday he wrote 3. Albert, dance around. Albert, be profound. Albert, let your hair stick out, your socks hang down. I had a frame of reference, I laid it on a fence. Along came relativity, ain't seen the damn thing since. Ain't seen the damn thing since. Albert, dance around. Albert, be profound. Albert, let your hair stick out, your socks hang down. A man jumped in a spaceship, he rode 1,000 miles, busted through the speed of light, and he came back a child, and he came back a child. Albert, dance around. Albert, be profound. Albert, let your hair stick out, your socks hang down. A wave and a particle went walking side by side. One turned to the other, said, "Which one of us am I? Which one of us am I?" Albert, dance around. Albert, be profound. Albert, let your hair stick out, your socks hang down. Now Einstein played the fiddle, he loved to dance and sing. If that ain't genius, then that ain't anything. Then that ain't anything. Albert, dance around. Albert, be profound. Albert, let your hair stick out, your socks hang down. Now Einstein was a genius, not like you and me. Wrote one equation every day. On Monday he wrote 3. On Monday he wrote 3. Albert, dance around. Albert, be profound. Albert, let your hair stick out, your socks hang down. Yeah, we should. How about
Can I just try this? Anybody hear that? Good.
Can you hear it? Jeez. There's only one thing worse than a concertina player, and that's an English concertina player. By the way, it's Alistair Brown, who hails from Scotland but now lives in London, Ontario.
Hello.
Laurence Stevenson from Scotland but now in Toronto, Ontario. Robb from London, England, who's now in Ottawa, Canada or somewhere up there anyway. And get Laskin, a nice Jewish boy from Hamilton. That we have him. No, we need him because if we have a Canadian guy, we can get grants. so we have him for that. But best of all, from Detroit City, Cherie Whelan.
I'd like to also introduce you to Tam Kearney, who was born in Leicester, England on St. Patrick's Day.
And brought up in
To Scottish
and brought up in
parents.
Scottish, yeah, to Scottish parents.
Talk about identity crisis. Yeah, right. And he's been in crisis ever since. Yes.
Yeah, here's a story for you. You know who Reverend Ian Paisley is? Yeah, well, he was living in Belfast, and a guy came up and gave him some material to have some clothes made, you know. So he goes up to a tailor in Belfast and says, "Here, Mr. Tailor, what can you make me with this material here?" He says, "Well, Mr. Paisley, we can only make you a waistcoat and a pair of pants." He says, "That's all the material is." He says, "Well, I'm going to Dublin. I'll ask them down there." So he goes down and goes into a Dublin tailor says, "Sure, Mr. Paisley, what can I do for you?" He said, "Well, what can you make me with this material?" He says, "Sure, Mr. Paisley, I can make you 2 jackets, 2 waistcoats, and 2 pairs of pants with that material." He says, "Well, up in Belfast, they can only make me the waistcoat and the pants." "Oh," he says, "Mr. Paisley, you might be a big man up there, but you're fuck all down here."
We want to apologize in advance for any profanity you might hear tonight. We promise not to mention Mr. Paisley's name again.
That wasn't in advance.
In Glasgow, that's
you're right, it
that's
wasn't in
colloquial
Right.
usage.
All right, we're going to play you some tunes.
If anybody does feel like dancing, don't. Yeah. But if you want to do, or even better, hum along with the tunes.
All right.
Nancy, Enrico, and Liberty.
this band. Good evening. It's nice to see you all here, and the front row has been supplied with waterproof clothing because he spits when he sings. So I read a funny thing the other day. I'm reading a book called The Glasgow Keek Show, and a keek in Glasgow is like having a peep, you know, peep show. And it's all pieces culled from the newspapers from around 1830 to 1870 in Glasgow, including one ad for The Marriage of Figaro. The Marriage of Figaro will be presented at the Glasgow Concert Hall. And it names all the names of all the people singing in The Marriage of Figaro. And then it said, Miss Annie Bell will be singing the part of Migalui or whatever it was. She will also be singing the Bonnie Bells of Blue Scotland, Over the Water and Away, and I'm no about to bite away. And I look down here, and all these Italian singers are all singing Scottish songs because in Glasgow, nobody would take the opera under any circumstances unless it had Scottish songs in it. So you have the Marriage of Figaro, and there's one guy at the end that says, Mr. something or the other is singing the entire score from The Marriage of Figaro, so he must be going, just imagine it. Well, that's Glasgow culture for you. I mean, you know, we are a very cultured city. Now, to parody one song, this is for somebody who asked me to do it last night, and I said I'd try and remember it, and I'm going to try, and what I don't remember, I'm just going to make up, so you want. To parody one song is clever. As Ian Robb, well, almost clever. He's Ian Robb tonight with Garnett's homemade beer. But to parody two songs at the same time is totally brilliant, and only Scotsmen can do it. So here is this parody, okay? You may recognize one or other of the songs. How are you, old Maggie the Cat? I noticed you lying where I almost sat. Do you mind if I push you a bit to the side? I've been driving all day on this road where you died. You've been squashed like a butterfly pressed between glass. Were you hit by a truck that was moving too fast? Did he jump, honk on his horn as he saw you go past? Or Moggy the Cat, did he step on the gas? Did he honk his horn loudly? Did you stand your ground proudly? Did a shadow follow you as the truck mowed you down? Did your eyes glow in that fleeting darkness? Did the birds come and pick at your carcass? The ground squirrels and mice, they're all happy today. The butterflies frolic while the hummingbirds play. A mockingbird sits there, just composing a dirge, before finally joining the scavenger urge. The raccoons and the rats, they're all joining the feast, delighted at last that your misery has ceased. They all joined around and they danced, they were happy at least, like the munchkins danced over the witch of the east. Did he honk his horn loudly? Did you stand your ground proudly? Did a shadow follow you as the truck mowed you down? Did your eyes glow in that fleeting darkness? Did the birds come and pick at your carcass? Oh, Moggy the Cat, I can't understand why all you roadkill look so damn surprised when you die.
Did you think that some animal spirit survives? Did you really think that your cats had 9 lives? Well, if that is the case, this is life number 10. Being rolled over and flattened again. As the trucks run you over again and again. And again and again and again and again. Did you stand your ground proudly? Did he honk his horn loudly? Did a shadow follow you as the truck mowed you down? Did your eyes glow in that fleeting darkness? Did the birds come and pick at your carcass? There you go.
Well, 2 people came up to me earlier this evening and asked me for songs, both of which have something to do with the great Peter Bellamy. This first one actually came from a traditional singer in Norfolk called Walter Pardon, but I learned it from Peter. It's a kind of a tragic song of unrequited love called Old Brown's Daughter. And it's got a good chorus. There's an ancient old party lives the other end of town. He keeps a little chandler's shop, his ancient name is Brown. He's a miserable old party, such a party you never saw. But by jingo, I should like to be that old chap's son-in-law. 'Cause old Brown's daughter, she's a proper sort of girl. Old Brown's daughter, she's as fair as any pearl. I wish I was a lord mayor, a marquis or an earl. I'm blowed if I wouldn't marry old Brown's girl. Now old Brown, he is often troubled with the gout. He grumbles in his little parlour when he can't get out. Miss Brown, she minds the shop. It's a treat to see her serve. Oh, I'd like to run away with her, but I haven't got the nerve. 'Cause old Brown's daughter, she's a proper sort of girl. Old Brown's daughter, she's as fair as any pearl. I wish I was a lord mayor, a marquis or an earl. I'm blown if I wouldn't marry old Brown's girl. Now old Brown in his shop sells anything you please. He sells treacle, wood, buns and soap, and lollipops and cheese. Miss Brown, she smiles so sweetly when she hands to me change. Oh, it makes me feel right galvanized. I feel so very strange. 'Cause old Brown's daughter, she's a proper sort of girl. Old Brown's daughter, she's as fair as any pearl. I wish I was a lord mayor, a marquis or an earl. I'm blown if I wouldn't marry old Brown's girl. Yes, Miss Brown, she smiles so sweetly when I say a tender word. Old Brown says she'll marry a marquis or a lord. Well, I don't suppose that ever one of these swells I shall be. But by jingo, next election I shall put up for MP. 'Cause old Brown's daughter, she's a proper sort of girl. Old Brown's daughter, she's as fair as any pearl. I wish I was a lord mayor, a marquis or an earl. I'm blowed if I wouldn't marry old Brown's girl. Old Brown's daughter.
Good.
And now for something completely different. I'll play a couple of fiddle tunes. Last night I played a couple of tunes and Tam actually requested I play them again. This is
Me too.
unusual.
That's not what I said.
Well, I didn't think I got
listen.
right.
I said, don't play them again.
Well, nonetheless, I will play them again.
Oh.
The first one's a Scandinavian tune, and actually I got it off I think I got it off a Jan Garbarek jazz record. So we'll see how that goes. And the second one is a Macedonian tune, but I got that one off the house band, and well, you know what they're like.
Englishman.
But the records all had the hole in the wrong place.
Yeah. Yeah,
And he's been playing it that way. It's like, you know that Buddy Holly song, you all that stuff? I convinced a friend of mine there was something wrong with his record, and he took it back to the shop. Demanded a new one, because the needle keeps jumping. Same thing.
How many Macedonians does it take to change a light bulb? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
He's not kidding.
I just realised something there. Did Ian Robb say something funny? Just a minute ago, because he can, you know. I've never heard him actually do it, but that could be a
wasn't
first.
me. Wasn't me. It was him.
Well, imagine this scene. There's a pub in Toronto. Saturday night. There's only two fellas in the pub, and they're sitting there having a few beers. And one guy says, "Excuse me, you look kind of familiar. Where are you from?" He said, "Well, actually, originally I'm from Dublin." Dublin? I'm from Dublin too. He said, "Well, what part are you from?" "From Sandymount." Sandy? God, yeah, me too. Wow. Not Duke Street. Yeah, Duke Street. What? Grab a drink. Thank you very much. He said, "What did your father do?" "Well, my father was a postman." God, my father was a postman too. Well, meanwhile, the bar staff are changing over, you see. He said, "Well, what kind of night you having?" "Ah, it's quiet, not many people in." He says, "And the Murphy brothers are shit-faced again." Oh, I know. I'm not going to do that. Women in traditional folk song, they usually have a kind of specific role to play. Either they're dressing up as men and going off to join the Navy for adventure and to find their boyfriends because their dirty rat is left, you know. Or they're standing waiting by the garden gate knitting, waiting for Willie to return from 7 long years away, you know, something like that. Or they're kind of bemoaning their lot, "He's left me and I don't know what to do." So here's a song which is actually a parody as well on a song. The original song went, "Will you gang love, will you go love and leave me now? Will you gang love and leave me now? Would you forsake your ain love true to gang wi' a lassie you never knew?" While I'm sitting here knitting, you useless bastard, you know. So this song takes a slightly different tack. "My love, he sits in yon bookie's door, combing back his greasy hair. That baldy he'd I lang to see, 'cause the dirty wee keech has just abandoned me."
Somebody speaks Scottish.
You've been reading your dictionary. No, don't do it in here, okay? Watch your feet, okay?
We'll do it on the stage for
"Oh, would
everybody.
ye gang love and leave me now? Oh, would ye gang love and leave me now? Just wait till I get a hold of you, 'cause there's a side to me that ye never knew. When I was young and in full bloom, ye followed me frae tune to tune. But now I'm hitting 39, well, you've traded me for a younger quine. Oh, would ye gang love and leave me now? Oh, would ye gang love and leave me now? Just wait till your visa bill comes through, 'cause there's a side to me that ye never knew. I've got your house and I've got your car, your TV set and your VCR. Your golf clubs you will never see till alfalfa grows on the 18th tee. Oh, would ye gang love and leave me now? Oh, would ye gang love and leave me now? Just wait till I get a hold of you, 'cause there's a side to me that ye never knew. Now when you left me, my heart it broke, so I turned you in to the revenue folk. Do you mind Cancun in 92? Well, so does the Inland Revenue. Oh, would ye gang love, leave me now? Oh, would ye gang love and leave me now? Just wait till your visa bill comes through, 'cause there's a side to me that ye never knew. I've got a friend, he's 23. He's really awful nice to me. I'll bring you back some duty free. Oh, you'll need to get up early to win o'er me. Oh, so you've gone, love, and left me now. So you've gone, love, and left me now. If you think you've left me sad and blue, well, there's a side to me that ye never knew.
And now for a complete change of pace. I want you to know my voice wasn't always this low and mature. I went through puberty last weekend. Now
That's a place in Northern Ontario, by the way.
Puberty, Ontario. You come through a different person, I'm telling you. The pimples are gone. It's wonderful. Now, actually, last Tuesday, I could hardly talk. Tam was happy, but unfortunately, I'm recovering.
Last night, Grit could hardly stand.
But he was a good kisser.
So that's who I got it from. I got an infection from Tam, but that's another story. I'm filled with echinacea and there are people. No, really, we're just good friends, so to speak.
That's how good we are.
Yeah. Did I tell you snore? Anyway.
You don't tell him that.
Don't tell him. Okay. What was I talking about, for heaven's sake? Yes, I'm echinaceaed, I'm herbal teed, so I can do my best to sing here, but some notes will be a little croakier than usual, so just letting you know. But to test the temper of this audience, I'm going to do something that worked for me in Lansing, Michigan. Three people clap.
Shoplifting.
Yes, go to elderly.
Yeah.
Their cameras are on the blink. They don't even notice. Oh, I love Newt Gingrich. Let's sing of the great things he has done. Looks like you'll like this song then. Yes, well, in our province of Ontario, we got a right-wing government that we haven't had the likes of, well, for many generations. Someone who admires Newt to the T. In fact, we hear he has posters of him on the ceiling of his bedroom, but it's not been confirmed. But one of the things that accompanies... What for? What? Ask the Englishman.
You have to hand it to him.
No. How do you pull this off?
Now that one died a death.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Where was I, so to speak? The side of the neoconservative new right that is bothersome, I guess, is that they just want government pulled out of anything at any cost, regardless of the consequences. So you get this mean streak to all the moves they make, something that I want to resist. And that's what this song is about. I am a resistor. What? Time? Oh, sorry, get on with it? Yeah, but you tell the jokes, right?
Yeah, but they're worthwhile listening
Tam,
to.
your watch has stopped. Is that what you're saying? So there is a chorus to this one. Do I want it? No, no. Do I like it? No, no. Will I fight it? Yes, I will. I am a resistor, resisting still.
It's a little electrical device.
Yes, continuing on E equals MC2. We're going through magnetism now, and then I am a resistor. Oh, that's very good. Yeah. Into this world has come a change, something unwelcome, something strange. And like a virus, we breathe it in. It shrinks the heart and thickens skin. Do I want it? No, no. Do I like it? No, no. Will I fight it? Yes, I will. I am a resistor, resisting still. Do that again with us. Do I want it? No, no. Do I like it? No, no. Will I fight it? Yes, I will. I am a resistor, resisting still. thickened skin acts like a wall of steel, blocking sensations it used to feel. Thin arms are begging or an anguish cry no longer penetrate, so ease on by. Do I want it? No, no. Do I like it? No, no. Will I fight it? Yes, I will. I am a resistor, resisting still. Like a stone where no blood resides, a shrunken heart turns petrified. And once we own a heart that does not bleed, we can enjoy uninterrupted greed. Do I want it? No, no. Do I like it? No, no. Will I fight it? Yes, I will. I am a resistor, resisting still. I read my history, I know the signs. They come in cycles, these meaner times. If it's some virus that we've caught again, then it's a truly persistent strain. Do I want it? No, no. Do I like it? No, no. Will I fight it? Yes, I will. I am a resistor, resisting still. Do I want it? No, no. Do I like it? No, no. Will I fight it? Yes, I will. I am a resistor, resisting still.
Good singing.
Actually, we probably could finish off with a tune more.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
We have some product. Now, normally we wouldn't bother whether the hell you buy them or not, but our friend David Parry died in the summertime, and in order to remember David, one of the ways we did was we got together a live tape of David singing for the last 20 years, stuff he's done all over, including some in the Ark here, I think. And we put out a tape that we have here, and the funds, the money earned from this tape, goes to the David Parry Memorial Fund, which is a fund that was established. It's a real fund administered by real people, and it's not just something that you take a vacation with. And it's to bring
Like the other funds.
like the Tam Kearney Fund, yeah. Only I want to establish a Tam Kearney Fund before I die. Okay, none of this business afterwards. And anyway, it's to bring over English singers, and not especially English singers, but singers of the type that David was, who like to sing about the sea a lot. Yeah, good singer, yeah. Like to sing about the sea, like to do a lot of chorus singing, and good. And it's to try and help bring people like that to some of the smaller festivals, just can't afford to hire them. And also to send people to, we have like a Pinewoods kind of camp in Canada. It's called the Woods, yeah. It's called the Woods Music and Dance Camp. It's been around for years, and it's to subsidise people that can't afford to go to that either. So it's for a good cause. Plus, we have Alistair's got some tapes. Ian has tapes, CDs,
And
Grit
CDs
has
and tapes, and I
CDs
have a new
tapes,
record, and we have the Friends record.
and a special deal
Yes.
if you buy all 5. Okay.
Tam will kiss you. Yeah, you'll get $1 off each, so you'll save $5.
I'm telling you, we'll and it's American dollars.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what we got.
In any format, if you buy one of all 5, you get them $1 cheaper. All of them.
I was just trying to think if you could translate an English joke into American by saying a guy goes into a bar in Wisconsin and he orders a drink and he says to the barman, "Here's to Newt Gingrich, a man with a face like the arse end of a cow." And the barman immediately jumps over the bar and punches him out and throws him out the door. And the guy's lying in the gutter, and the barman comes out and throws his hat out. He says, "There's your bloody hat." And the guy gets up and he apologises. "I'm awful sorry." He says, "I didn't realise this was Gingrich country." He says, "It's not, it's cow country." So we're going to take a break with this dance tune. And let me tell you, we'll be back. The second half of the programme will be as long as you like. We're just going to get up in the second half and just play and play and play. But we have to give you a break to line up for that toilet out there. that could take some time, okay?
So we are going to finish with some Scandinavian tunes. Yes, go ahead, Laurence.
Is it the IKEA set?
Yes, the IKEA set. We're going to give you all the notes in the tune, and you have to assemble it yourselves. Yeah. Right.
Cherie, are you ready? Oh, not quite.
These are the ones. I have these pieces of paper. They're not the chords for the tunes or anything. But this is because it's so funny. You know that Scandinavian stuff. I mean, you know. How about an Englishman, an Irishman, a Scotsman, and a Jew have dinner together, and the bill comes to $400, and the Jewish guy immediately says, "Oh, I'll pay that." And the next day it says in the newspaper, "Famous Scottish ventriloquist found stabbed to death at restaurant."
Actually, I
think they'll like it.
I have a true story, actually. I cut this out of the Toronto Star a couple of years ago. The headline said, "Accordion player stabbed in the back for no apparent reason." I said, this is true. It said, the guy was practicing his accordion in his apartment when the fella from the next apartment came in and stabbed him in a motiveless attack.
It's like, what's the difference between an onion and an accordion? Nobody cries when you cut up an accordion. And you know how you know the stage is level? The accordion player drills out of both sides of his mouth at the same time.
I have a T-shirt that says, my T-shirt says, "Accordions don't play ladies of Spain, people do."
All right.
Are we ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
tunes. Well, take a break. Now, I know all about that. So the diabetics go to first. Then we've got bladder, liver, kidney problems, heart problems, those of you heart lazy and couldn't be bothered, all that stuff. And line up and have fun. And we'll be, when you move to the new ark, they're going to have 5 women's toilets. 5 of them.
Yeah. We should...
And 1 for the guys.
Yeah. We should say, I think it makes most sense, and I think Dave will go along with this, that since they're both singles, there should just be one general line and the next person goes into anyone that's available, you know? I think it just makes sense. So there you go. Well, there goes our pay for the weekend. Oh, well.